Senzeni Na, Senzeni Na. Hello and welcome to GlobeSongs. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the South African song Senzeni Na, also written together Senzeni Na, which means, "What have we done?" It's in the Zulu and Xhosa languages, which are two of the 11 official languages of South Africa. It's traditionally sung at funerals and now commonly also at demonstrations and in churches. I first experienced the power of this song with WAC, the Wild Asheville Community Chorus, under the direction of Susanna Park. Senzeni Na, what have we done? This is repeated over and over again, a cappella, the solo part overlaying and intermingling with a backing chorus, as seems to have been typical of the indigenous polyphony of that area. Its simplicity is its power. What have we done? Senzeni Na became a very popular protest song against the system of institutionalized racial segregation known as apartheid. You'll notice that the song is not very explicit in its lyrics. It's just asking a rhetorical question. There is no logical answer to this question, of course, and this points to the absurd nature of the race-based laws of apartheid. Scholars have noted that after the Sharpeville massacre of 1960, in which police fired on a crowd of black people who were protesting pass laws which restricted their ability to travel freely, many of them were shot in the back, and there was much arrest and exile of movement leaders. After this, protest songs became less direct, more understated, more of a mournful quality to them. Senzeni Na is a prime example of this, of one of these songs from this time, the 1970s into the 1980s, when a new urgency and directness resurfaced, leading to the end of apartheid in the 1990s. To learn about the power that song had in the South African struggle against apartheid, I highly recommend the film Amandla, A Revolution in Four-Part Harmony. In it, we see how song helped Black South Africans free themselves. Through song, people gathered together in a rhythm of resistance to the difficulty of everyday life. Activist Duma Ndlovu compares the power of this particular song, Senzeni Na, to the power of "We Shall Overcome" in the United States. It was an anti-apartheid liberation song not only within South Africa but also internationally. It helped to raise awareness and generate support. Senzeni Na was featured in the 1992 anti-apartheid film Power of One, the soundtrack to which inspired arranger Hans Zimmer to compose Disney's The Lion King 2 years later. Senzeni Na was also played at the end of the album recording of Peter Gabriel's first political song, Biko, which was inspired by the death of anti-apartheid activist Steve Biko. In February of this year, Playing for Change released a new video of Biko, which I'll link to in the description, as a nod to the continued relevance of this song today. What have we done? I remember biking with a friend toward the beach in Ouidah, Benin, where we were Peace Corps volunteers, and having a young boy throw mud at us. "What did we ever do to them?" my friend said. Well, we personally may not have done anything to the boy, but we, in the larger sense of the word, we, white people, Yovos, sure. That beach is home to the porte or door of no return, and we were biking the slave route. Ouidah was one of the most active slave trading ports, with more than 1 million Africans shipped from there to the Americas. What have we done? Senzeni Na has been used in tributes to Nelson Mandela and was also played at his funeral. It seems as relevant to the Black Lives Matter movement and the cause of ending police brutality as it did to apartheid. I highly recommend the Tuks Camerata performance of this song. They're a group of students from the University of Pretoria, and I'll link in the description. The top comment by Ingrid McMillan, she writes, "I am a Black American woman asking America, the systems in America, this question. Senzeni Na, 400 years. Why? There is so much pain and hurt in the Black community. How can we heal?" You'll notice the Camerata sing other lyrics in addition to Senzeni Na. They sing Sohlanga na ezulwini, which means we shall meet in heaven. This, of course, highlights the funeral song traditional context. Other lyrics sung to Senzeni Na include Sono setu ubumnyama. Sono setu ubumnyama. Sono setu yinyani so. Sibulawayo. Maibuye Africa. Our sin is that we are Black. Our sin is the truth. They are killing us. Let Africa return. Here is my rendition of this song. I've sung it in 3 parts to imitate a traditional collective setting. If you'd like to learn the vocal parts that I use, check out the Vocal Union site at vocalunion.org.uk. Senzeni Na, 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 Senzeni. Senzeni Na, 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 Senzeni Na. Senzeni Na, what have we done? Thanks for joining me on GlobeSongs today as we take a step closer to healing the gaps between us, one folk song at a time.